The rain had not stopped since Klaus buried his father. It came in sheets, drumming on the windows of the old house like impatient fingers. He told himself the noise was just the storm, but sometimes in the rhythm, he thought he heard whispering. The first time Klaus saw them, he was brushing his teeth. In the mirror's reflection, just a flicker, a movement behind him. A shape that didn't make sense. Long, angular, wrong. When he turned, there was nothing. He laughed it off, blaming exhaustion, the funeral, the grief. But the shapes kept appearing. At first they were shadows at the edge of his vision, thin figures twisting like smoke. Then came the whispers in the walls, then the smell of iron, then the sense that he was being watched. Klaus stopped sleeping. He stopped eating. By the second week he saw them standing in the corners of every room. Dozens, their forms like melted silhouettes, trembling and shifting as if struggling to stay in one shape. They never moved toward him, but they were closer every night. Watching. Always watching. He told his therapist. She nodded politely, wrote something down and asked if he'd been taking his medication. He told his mother. She said grief can play tricks on the mind. No one else could see them. Then one morning, while digging through his father's old things, he found the journals. The handwriting was frantic, pages of the same repeated phrases. They wait in the corners. They feed on fear. They don't kill you. They make you kill yourself. The last entry was a single line scrawled in shaking ink. I see my father among them. Klaus dropped the journal. His blood went cold. That night, the entities filled his bedroom wall to wall. Some stood on the ceiling, some crouched inches from his face. They didn't touch him. They only trembled, swaying like figures in a dark wind. Their eyes, if they had eyes, gleamed faintly, like wet obsidian catching light. One of them reached out, not to hurt, but to take. The photo of Klaus's father on the nightstand simply vanished between its fingers. Another shape dragged its hand across the mirror, and the glass spider-webbed. He screamed until his throat tore, but they made no sound. Over the following days, he traced his lineage back further. His grandfather, same pattern. Nervous breakdown, suicide. His great-grandfather too. The obituary said died of fever, but Klaus knew now what that meant. The curse was hereditary. The watchers passed from father to son, and now they were his. The final night, Klaus drove through the storm to the bridge outside town. The same bridge his father had jumped from. The wind howled. The rain slashed his face. He could feel them all around him now. Hundreds of dark shapes writhing and folding over one another, filling the sky like a living fog. Their movements were frantic, urgent, pleading. They wanted him to jump. He stood at the edge, water roaring below, heart hammering. For the first time he understood. This was not about fear. It was about continuation. The curse fed on despair, and it demanded another death to pass it along. Klaus closed his eyes. For a brief second, the storm went silent. Then a single whisper threaded through the wind. We are family. When the police found his car abandoned on the bridge, they noted the deep, wet footprints leading to the railing and the dozens of smeared handprints, black as soot, all around it. No body was ever recovered.